Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. I'm laughing, I'll tell you why in a second. Today is January 17th. It is Tuesday 2023. I started making my first video here. I had to stop because I realized I still had the lens cap was on here, so it made it dark and you couldn't see anything. So I'm talking and I'm showing something, and all of a sudden I realized that I had not taken the lens cap off. Good times, good times. So anyway, no, we're not supposed to get any more rain tonight. No rain tomorrow, but we did get a lot of rain last night and through the first part of today. Excuse me. Right up until about 1 o'clock, I think, we had rain. So you can see, like, in through here, I mean, there's just water everywhere. Everything is muddy. Just one of those kind of days. So I wanted to talk about something, and I wanted to get your guys' take on this, and I wanted to hear what you had to say about this. And so the question is, and this is what the title of the video is going to be, is whose fault is it? Okay? And I have my own opinion, obviously, and I'm going to share that opinion with you, whose fault I believe that it is, and we're going to go from there. But you look at the way things are now, with the way the kids today behave, the way that they act, the lack of manners, the lack of morals, the lack of respect. So whose fault is that these kids today, and let me just rephrase this so that I'm not lumping all these kids into the same category. There's a lot of kids out there that are taught respect. There's a lot of kids out there that are taught to say please and thank you. So there's plenty of those type of kids out there, because I will tell you this right now, my kids said yes sir, no sir. They said please, they said thank you. They had boundaries, they had rules, they had that respect, they had a healthy fear of their father, because I was not letting a kid make the decisions on what happened in my household. Unfortunately, we have a lot of single mothers out there, a lot, unfortunately. So no dads in the picture, and a lot of these women are trying to raise these kids on their own, and it's very, very difficult. And when young men get to a certain age, they get a little bit full of themselves. That is a fact. And they're testing their boundaries, and they're seeing what they can get away with. And I'm a man, I don't have to listen to you type of nonsense. But if there's a father in the house, a lot of times, and a good father, let me rephrase that, a good father in the house, a lot of times those things just don't happen. I will tell you this, Josh tested me, my stepson. And I did want to share this with you too. He just got engaged, so congratulations to Josh. Very, very proud of him. Really outstanding young man. Just turned 27 years old, doing very well in his life. And he just asked his girlfriend to marry him, and the poor thing said yes. No, they're a very nice couple together, and she's a really, really nice girl from what I understand. So, but anyway, how we're raising these kids is big, and unfortunately, when the system got involved, and when I say the system, I mean government, got involved in everything. Hold on. Where'd you go? Hello? Okay, I see you in the woods. Okay, you're in the woods. All right, I see you. All right, she's up over here coming out of the woods right now. Good girl. I just didn't know where you were, baby. I have to keep an eye on her because she's a naughty child. Good girl. Good girl. All right. But the way a lot of these kids are raised, well, I don't spank my kid. I give my child choices. And I'm going to tell you what, guys, from my own personal experience, and I will tell you this, and I've mentioned this before, I was not a good kid. My father gave me up for adoption when I was 5 years old because he didn't want to pay child support for my sister and myself. So, I ended up having a stepfather who was very abusive, and so it was a bad situation in those type of things. But so there was really, my role model figure as far as an adult male went was my grandfather, and he was fantastic. I will tell you this right now. My grandfather, he was hard on you, but you knew you were loved, and he didn't take no crap. So you had a healthy fear of Grandpa, believe me. But it's young men and women as well need, and I definitely feel this. They need both parents. They need their father and they need their mother. Now, it doesn't matter if mom and dad are not together, but they need both of them in their lives as a positive role model. All kids want boundaries. They may say they don't want boundaries, but what boundaries do for children, it makes them feel safe. One of the things I will tell you, what I always used to say to my daughter, I said, if you're ever in a situation and you're not feeling safe, you can call me anytime. I will come and get you anywhere. I may not be happy with you, but I would rather have you call me and get you out of there than get in a car with somebody that's had too much to drink or some other things were going on that you did not know were going to go on. So her being safe was my number one concern. The other part of that, when kids would say to her, well, hey, let's do this or let's do that, she could actually use me as the reason why she couldn't. Yeah, I'd really like to, but my dad will kill me, so I can't. And so, boundaries. They know that there's consequences for their actions. When there's no consequences for your actions as a kid, you're going to get in a lot of trouble. And so having positive, strong role models in the picture, especially men. It's great to have mom. If mom is, a decent mom, that's great. And I know there's a lot of women out there that have raised good men, so I'm not saying that doesn't happen. But what I am saying is a lot of times they let a lot of things slide that a man would not let slide. So having positive male role models in their life is a really good thing. I'm watching her because she has a tendency to, I know, I see you looking. See how she looked back to see if I was paying attention. But anyway, kids need direction. They need structure. They need guidance. They need somebody to tell them, yeah, that ain't going to fly, or that's not the way to behave. They need a man to show them the way. And I think it's really important that they have a positive, strong male role model in their life. The drug dealer on the corner with the fancy cars and the flashy clothes and all the money, that's not the role model you want your kids to be following, okay? So just something to think about. I definitely want to hear your guys' feedback on this. I want to hear what you have to say, because I do think that this is something that is definitely important, that needs to be discussed. Once you involve the state, and they get involved in like this whole trend of not spanking your children. I'm going to tell you what, and I will tell you honestly, Josh, I spanked him twice. And for me, a spanking was 2 shots on the butt, just to get your attention type of thing. Spanked Josh twice, and so I'm definitely not against that. And both times it was because he had disrespected his mother, and I think both times he was about 6 years old. Don't you go down there. No. Come on. Back up here. Heather, I never had to spank her. She was always a squared away kid. I never had to spank her once. Eddie got it quite a bit until I realized, because of his autism, that spankings were not working for him. So we had to come up with a different way of dealing with Eddie. So, and I did, taking away privileges and those type of things. Actually, it worked out really, really well. But anyway, so those are just some thoughts that I had. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think the problem is? I mean, I think the whole thing with you're not allowed to correct or punish your kids and don't yell at your kids and all this type of stuff. I think that is very detrimental. What are you eating? Come on. Come on. Let's go. All right. So anyway, guys, I hope everybody is having a good day. I hope you all are being safe. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that one out, we will be in much, much better shape. Come on, Hella. Let's go. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. Also remember STD. Come on, what do you got? What do you have? Yeah, put it down. That's right. Yeah. So come on. She put it down because she's like, oh, I'm in trouble. Also remember STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. We'll see you all later. Have a good day. Yeah, you know you're being naughty. I know you know that, yes. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.